Yeah, perfect.
Listo. Tenemos a ella.
Ajá.
Grande. Ya está.
What?
Hello.
No? What?
Eventualmente, cuando grabemos esto, se ve ahí.
Entonces quitamos. No se ve
No,
eso.
se ve hasta aquí, ¿no?
Ah, ok. O sea, él no se va a ver. ¿No?
¿Y a esa mesita no le falta un florero? ¿Esa flor
No. Yo siempre pensé que podía esa planta ponerla acá. Ya nos va a empezar la cosa.
We're gonna wait about one more minute.
Okay.
We're still at 5:59, but welcome everybody.
You let me know when I start. We're gonna start. Thank you. Bye.
Entonces, esa mesita.
La música.
No la pude quitar eso.
Apágate.
Ahí está.
Hello everybody, welcome to our fourth class this year. My name is Teresa and I will be your co-host along with Chef Isabella. Today we're going to learn how to make some fun wings and other fun stuff for your Super Bowl party. And I'll remind you again, if you have any questions, you can use the question and answer or the chat, and I will relay those questions to Isabella. This is a fun class and it's interactive. So if you have any questions, just put them in there in the chat. And Isabella, let's take it away.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a new season of Northgate cooking classes. I'm your host for this evening. My name is Isabella. And for those of you who are new or who don't know me, I'm a food photographer, a food stylist, and a self-taught chef. I grew up around people in the food industry. I have a bunch of aunts and uncles and my dad who loves to cook, and lots of them have restaurants and catering businesses. So I always knew that I wanted to work with food in a way because I love to serve people. It's my passion, and I'm here to learn with you. Well, I'm here to teach you guys a couple of recipes, and let's get started. Today we will be cooking Honey-Chipotle chicken wings with Cilantro Crema, which I love to do, add a Mexican twist to my favorite recipes, and I love wings, and they're great and easy game day snack. So you'll learn how to make this, and then we'll also be making guacamole con queso fresco and chicharrón, and we'll be making mango micheladas, which are really, really good, and we'll save that for the end. So we're going to start with the chicken wings, so let's do it. So recipe asks for 2 pounds of chicken wings, and what I have here is just the chicken wings, and I seasoned them with salt, a little bit of salt and pepper, and these are just raw. And what we're gonna get working on is our marinade or our glaze that we're gonna use to cook our chicken wings. And what I have going on is the oven is at 375 and it's preheating, but we're gonna work on our glaze first. So I'm gonna place the chicken wings right here. And here I have 6 tablespoons of butter that I've already melted. And then I'm going to add 1 cup of honey, which I know it's a lot of honey, but these are Honey-Chipotle. And my family loves these. They're one of their favorite recipes because they're easy. And I know chicken wings, you're like, oh, I can buy them, but they're actually really easy to make. They're really easy to make. And they have a twist. They have a Mexican twist because they have that chipotle, which everybody has chipotle in their house. And I think it's like a staple in every Mexican home, a can of chipotles. So we're gonna use the adobo from the chipotles. And what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna mix, and I'll use my whisk because it's gonna make things easier. And we're just gonna whisk on medium-high heat. We're going to whisk our butter with our honey, just so it incorporates, and it's gonna cook. You're gonna keep stirring it. Ooh, that's a little bit. You're gonna keep stirring it, you're gonna mix it, and then we're gonna cook it until it starts to boil. And it will boil, well, you're gonna get bubbles. And when I start to see bubbles, I'm gonna cook it for about 3 to 5 minutes and then turn off the heat. So
If you did not receive, I'm gonna put the recipe in the chat, but if you didn't receive the recipe, I'm gonna put my email. You could send it to me and I'll be happy to forward it to you, but all the recording will also be on our Northgate website.
Yes. This video will be uploaded later. And we're gonna continue to. And what I have here is I have chipotles and adobo, they're from a can. And I have salt and pepper, I have apple cider vinegar, garlic powder, and I know the hardest thing to say ingredient in cooking history, Worcestershire sauce, I think, or oh, that's Siri that just turned on and corrected my beautiful accent. But this is also in Spanish, we know it as salsa inglesa or the pairings. So that's what it is. And then I have some scallions just for garnish. And yeah, we're gonna start cooking. And while this is also boiling, I'll talk about a little bit about my cilantro crema, which I have right here, which I already have blended, but you'll have the recipe. And it's a Mexican crema. It's 1 pickled jalapeno and a little bit of the pickling juice. You can always add more. I always love, I like to do my recipes. You can also adjust the the spiciness of the recipes to your taste. Like if you're feeling more spicy that day or you want to add a little bit of a kick, you can definitely do like 2 jalapenos instead of 1. I like to do 1 and then I add some pickling juice. It has lime and it has a bunch of cilantro, and then you season it with salt and pepper. And this can be used for a lot of things. You can also use it for tacos. You can use it like on anything, but you can even use it as a dressing for some salads or some tostadas, which is really good. And you can have it in your fridge and it lasts a while. And what we're going to use it today, we're going to use it as a dipping sauce or as a drizzle for your chicken wings. Any questions? No questions? I'm going to continue to cook.
So far, no, but that does look amazing.
Oh, and it smells really good. I wish you guys could smell this kitchen right now because it smells, the butter and the honey just smells delicious. And also the sweetness of the honey and the butter goes perfectly well with the adobo, with the smokiness of the chipotle. Also with the chipotle, and I'll get to that later, you can also add more or add a less depending on how you're feeling about the spiciness. We like spicy here, but definitely I have those days where I'm not feeling that brave. So, and maybe you want to zoom in so they can see that the butter and honey mix is starting to boil. Well, you can start to see bubbles.
So Evelyn, right now we're making the chipotle, honey chipotle sauce for the wings. And
Yes.
You put in you're heating up butter and honey, right, Isabela?
Correct. I have the 6 tablespoons of butter, and then I have the 1 cup of honey. And it's boiling, and you want it to boil for about 3 to 5 minutes because you want that marinade to set, and you want the honey to thicken a bit. And I'm gonna turn it down because this stove is wild. Just place a little bit in like that. And I like to continue stirring. I just don't want the butter or the honey to to brown or to burn. So I like to stir while I'm doing it with a whisk. I remember I made this recipe the first time actually for a Super Bowl, and then And then I remember my friends were like, "Oh, let's get together and you can make your wings." And I'm like, "Really? You guys want to have my wings?" And they're like, "Yeah, make them." So they're really easy to make. And this marinade can be used for a glaze on fish, or it can be used for shrimp. And you can have Honey-Chipotle shrimp tacos, which sounds really good. So that's what I like about these type of recipes. I like having things that you can also use for something else, or having them in your fridge and then throw it on something else, which I love about these easy recipes. Have that cook a little bit more. And when we're done, can you hear me? I just want to.
Yes, we can.
Okay. And when we're done whisking the marinade and doing this mixture, I'm gonna remove it, turn it off, and remove it from the heat, and before I add the rest of my ingredients. So we're gonna continue cooking that for a bit more. Then you can see all the bubbles. Take this guy back. So what's everybody's favorite Super Bowl snack or appetizer? Nobody? What's your favorite?
So before we go to what's my favorite is a tequila, but they want to know what oven temperature they should have their oven right now.
375 degrees.
And we have some shrimp stuffed yellow chilies, chili nachos. And you're gonna, in a future class, you're gonna do some stuffed chilies. I can't wait for that one too.
Yes.
Chili nachos.
Yes, okay, so I'm gonna turn this off. I'm gonna place it right here. And I'm going to add my vinegar, my apple cider vinegar. I'm going to add my garlic powder, my Worcestershire sauce, or salsa inglesa. And we are going to whisk. Just so it's just fully combined. Just like that. And then we're gonna add our chipotles. And we're gonna add about 4 to 5 tablespoons. I'm gonna do 5, just because I like chipotle a lot and I like it, the smokiness, and I really like this pairing. Last one. Feeling brave, so I'm gonna add next one. There we go. And you're gonna mix. Oh, it smells so good. You guys should smell this. Just like that. And I'm gonna season with salt and pepper, or marinade, which I also have the chicken wings also seasoned with salt and a bit of salt and pepper. I'm gonna season this. And I'm gonna do the pepper, some marinade. I would normally wait a couple of minutes for the marinade to not be so hot, because I want you to season it to taste. So you would have to try it, which I can.
So, Isabela, we have a question from one of our persons, and they want to know if you'd only add the chipotle sauce, or if you could add some chilies too.
Yes, you can definitely add some chilies as well. You can do the adobo sauce. I do the adobo sauce just because it's easier, but you can definitely blend the can of chipotles and have the chiles blended in the fridge or whatever. And you can actually do like 5 scoops of that, 5 tablespoons of the chipotle and put it in here. I actually have some pieces of chipotle in here that I grabbed from the adobo. So yeah, you can definitely put in the chile. The chipotle. Like I said, I would wait a little bit. In actual time, I would wait a little bit for it to not be so hot. But what I'm gonna do is recipes calls to divide the marinade. Because what I like to do is I like to, and I'll show you, like to do half of it in here, and then I'll leave the rest of it in the pot. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna give them a toss. And you can come in so they can see. I'm gonna give them a toss, just like that. And then I'm gonna place them on the baking sheet that I have prepared. You can place a piece of parchment paper. Get rid of this guy. Here I have my baking sheet with a silicone mat that you can buy online or at a store. And I have it lightly oiled with vegetable oil or olive oil, whatever oil of your preference. What we're gonna do, we're gonna place the wings on this baking sheet that I have already oiled. And remember to always put the skin side up because that's the part that's gonna get crispy and it's gonna get delicious. So remember, skin side up, just like that. And we're going to add that. And we are going to add the rest of our marinade. I'm gonna brush it on to the wings. So we're gonna have.
So Isabella, there's a question if they have to be baked or if they could do them crispy. I'm assuming in oil or in a
you can definitely fry them. And if you fry them, I would just reserve some marinade because after they're fried, they're going to be needing a little bit more sauce. And when they're baked, you don't need to add that much sauce because the sauce has like cooked inside of the chicken. See, we got a chipotle, and we're going to leave that piece of chipotle right there. Well, that one's going to be a good one. And do put a parchment paper or a piece of, parchment paper is the best. And just do a piece of parchment paper on the bottom because the honey will get a little bit of char in the oven, and it's for easy cleanup. So it's a good one. So
and I'm assuming they could grill them too, right?
Yeah, they can definitely grill them. Just make sure the grill has a little bit of oil. Since they do have honey, you don't want them to stick it on the grill. But baked is really easy because it's like easy cleanup. And they're not fried or not grilled, but yeah, you can definitely do that as well. And then I'm gonna do my extra marinade and I'm just gonna put a little bit on top, just like that. And you're gonna cook them for about 30 to 35 minutes in the oven at 375 degrees. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna baste them halfway. So halfway when they're cooking, you're gonna grab more of your marinade and you're gonna brush them again. I'm gonna place them in the oven.
Yes, the oven is at 375, correct, Isabella?
375. 375. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna explain a little bit because we don't have the time to actually take them out, but you're gonna bake them at 375 for 30 to 35 minutes. And halfway there, maybe like 15 minutes, you're gonna grab more of your marinade or your glaze and you're gonna brush them again, that's called basting. So you're gonna do that halfway through the cooking process. And at the end, you're gonna low broil for about 3 to 5 minutes. I like to do 5 minutes because I like them when they get crispy and crunchy, the skin, I love it like that. So that's what you're gonna do and with your chicken wings. And I can show you the final results with our, can you zoom in?
Oh, they look so good.
So this is the final result. And what I did is I garnished with a little bit of cilantro and a little bit of green onion or scallions. And we can put it right here. And what I'm gonna, this is our cilantro crema. You can dip or you can drizzle. So I'm gonna drizzle. So everybody has a little bit of that cilantro crema, and you can serve them on your favorite platter and put a bowl next to them, or everybody can grab a plate and grab some of the wings, just like that. So the tartness of the cilantro crema, which has lime, goes perfect with the Honey-Chipotle, which is sweet, smoky, and spicy. Can everybody see? Any questions about the wings before we move on to guac? No questions?
I don't see any questions.
Okay.
They say that it looks amazing.
Ooh, that's
So
good.
good.
I wish you guys could smell this. I swear it smells so good. And I know my family's gonna be really excited, and they probably want the class to end now so they can have them. But they're gonna have to wait because micheladas and guac are next.
And so easy.
Yeah, and it's actually really easy. It's actually really easy. And you can just serve them like this, and everybody can grab their own, or you can do them on plates and stuff. And this crema, I swear you can use it on so many things. It works also as a dip for chips, so. Moving on.
Yes.
I think we're good.
So we have a question. Does the crema have queso fresco too?
No, the crema does not have queso fresco. The guac, which we're doing next, has queso fresco. This is just, and I'll repeat the process. This is Mexican crema, and I like to buy at Northgate Cacique, which is already, it has a bit of a more liquidy consistency than sour cream. So I like that because it's just a little bit more pliable and liquidy and delicious, and it's really good. So I do crema, I do 1 pickled jalapeño, and like I said, you can add an extra one if you want a little bit more kick. I do the pickling juice of the jalapeño, salt and pepper, lime, and lots of cilantro. I think it's a cup of tightly packed cilantro leaves, and that's it, and blend away. And it's really good, and you can use it for a bunch of other stuff.
Awesome. So Virginia, the ingredients that were boiled, I believe were the honey and the butter, and then the other ingredients came after, right?
Correct. You melt the butter first, and then you add the honey, and you cook it until it starts to boil and bubble. And you're going to continue cooking it for about 3 to 5 minutes with bubbles. And then you remove it from the heat, and you add your apple cider vinegar, your salsa inglesa, and garlic powder, chipotle, and you season to taste with salt and pepper. So that's why I say, like, wait a minute so you can actually try it, because it's really hot when you take it off the stove. But you can try it and season it to taste with salt and pepper, and it's a great marinade for a bunch of stuff.
Yes, I will. The instructions, we're going to send you the recording, and it's also on our Northgate website, and I will put the Honey-Chipotle in the chat again for all those of you who came a little later. Go for it, Isabella, you're next.
Perfect. So let's move on to guacamole. Let me just get rid of this. So did you guys know that the day that most avocados are consumed in the US is on Super Bowl day?
You know, I learned that yesterday, actually. I was in a tutorial for avocados from Mexico, and they said it was the day that the most avocados were consumed.
Yes, that's crazy. It's not even like a Mexican holiday, it's Super Bowl. Okay, so I have all my ingredients for my guac. Okay, so So this is the guacamole con queso fresco and chicharrón, and we're gonna put some chicharrón on top. So what I have here is 3 large ripe avocados that I already took the skin off.
So before you start that, let me, we had a question. For the pickled jalapeno, do you add the seeds or remove them? Did you?
I actually just blend it whole. Or if sometimes they come in rajas with or julienne cut, you can use a couple of rajas. But I always use the whole jalapeno.
And then one more question.
Yes.
It says that, what did you do with the other half of the honey butter mix? And you used it to continue to baste, correct?
Yes, that's what I did. I reserved half of the marinade because I'm gonna halfway through my baking time, I'm gonna baste my wings. And what I also like to do is at the end, if you feel like you need a little bit more marinade or sauce, you can definitely brush them again with your marinade. Or you can always store it for another recipe or another protein.
Thank you, Isabela.
So guacamole. So I have my avocados here, and this is a little trick, and I know, sorry, abuelita, if you're gonna get mad that I'm using a bean masher or a potato masher for the guacamole, but I find it really easy to use. It's something that most people have in their kitchen. So for frijoles, for mashed potatoes. So I use it for my guac instead of just using a fork or a spoon. So we're gonna mash with that. And it's easy, and you can get it to a creamy consistency. You can also leave your guac chunky. I know everybody has their like favorite guac recipe, but I swear this one is extra. And I swear Northgate has the best avocados of all the markets. I don't know if it's because they're a Mexican market, but I swear they have the best avocados. I always buy mine there. Here we go. You see, it's easy to mash. Creamy. Okay. Easy. Easy. Easy peasy. And what we're gonna add is we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of freshly squeezed lime juice. We're gonna add half. You wanna come in? Yeah. We're gonna add half an onion, red onion. And I put on the recipe, I said finely diced or finely chopped. I like my onion finely chopped because I don't like to find huge pieces of onion in my wok. That's just me, but you can also do a rough chop. And we are going to add 1 serrano seeded. So I did get rid of the seeds for this one, and I also did it finely chopped. You can not add it, or you can add more, depending on how spicy you like things. Oh, that's creamy and delicious. I posted this picture of this guac on my Instagram, and somebody said, oh my God, this is like the perfect keto snack because it has guac and it has a chicharrón and it has cheese. So everything's allowed when you're doing that diet. So they got really excited. And then we're gonna add some salt. Some salt and some pepper. Just a little bit of pepper, not too much. Sorry, that's really annoying, that noise. And I'm gonna do a little bit more salt. And then I'm gonna leave the cheese at the end because I don't really wanna mix in the cheese. I kind of wanna fold in the cheese so it stays in its cubed shape. So we're gonna sprinkle the cheese. And this is queso fresco. And I'm just gonna fold it in. Just like that. Ooh, this guac is exciting. You get a little piece of serrano, you get a little piece of cheese. Ooh, it's good. Okay, these are my that's a simple guac recipe. We all know guac is really simple, but this one has a little bit of a twist. And then I'm gonna bring in my plate, my bowl, and I'm just gonna fill up my bowl. There used to be a really good restaurant called, well, there still is, but they used to have like an actual restaurant that was called Bol Corona in Tijuana, and they would put chicharrón on their guac, and it was always a family favorite.
How many serranos did you use, Isabela?
I used one serrano, and I seeded it, so I took out the seeds. Because it's spicy. Just like that. You want to grab all your guac.
That looks so good.
No guac left behind here. Take this. And then we're going to top off with our chicharrón. So I have just a little bit of cracked or crumbled chicharrón that I'm going to place on top. I'm going to use my hands. Just like this. Ooh. And then I love the chicharrón at Northgate. And then feel free to add as much as you want. We're gonna add a bunch of it.
So Isabel, I have some people making their wings in the oven, and they want to know if you flip them when you remarinate them.
You don't. You leave them skin side up all the time, and you're just gonna baste them halfway. Just like that. And I like to add, well, I'm gonna use my hands, but I like to add some extra sliced serranos for garnish. Just like that. Just make sure you wash your hands after and not touch your face or your eyes. But yeah, this is what I like to do. And you can also, there we go. And you can also eat your guac. I put some chips because that's a traditional, but you can also do some chicharrones on the side if you want to dip it with chicharron, or you can, let's try it. I'm gonna try it. That's really good. Creamy, tangy, a little bit of spice, crunchiness of the chicharron. It's really good. Any questions?
No, that's awesome.
Here's how it turned out. A beautiful tower of guacamole. A very,
I think
very
I'm gonna have to
popular-
make some on Saturday for my sister's birthday party.
Yes, and it's super easy. I mean, if somebody's afraid of wings, definitely try the guacamole. They're both really easy, but this is like super easy.
They're saying it looks so good. Who's gonna eat it?
I wish one day they actually come up with something where everybody could smell like what's going on the other side. I think that would be like amazing.
That'd be awesome. Hopefully, if COVID's over, we could have a real cool class in San Diego.
Yeah, that would be amazing. So no questions?
Wait, we have one question.
Yes.
The ripe. Do you prefer the 3 ripe avocados but large avocados and prefer Hass, or does it matter?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
They want to know if the avocados should be real ripe and if Hass avocados are the ones that you use.
Yes, ripe, and always the largest ones you can find, because you're gonna have more guac when you grab the largest ones. But definitely ripe, because if you grab one that's not as ripe or that's like very green or not mature yet, when you're smashing it, it's gonna be hard to smash. And you want that creaminess of the avocado, so always look for the ripe ones.
Yes, and then we want to welcome Veronica Dino. We have somebody from Texas today.
Oh, wow.
That's so cool.
Welcome. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Now they're asking for the wok, so I'm gonna send it over. I'm just gonna check on the wings. So in a couple of minutes, I would actually baste them. So if somebody's cooking at home, let me know what's going on. If you have any questions, I'm here for you guys. And you can actually see, if you leave your marinade to cool a little bit longer, it becomes thicker. It has a thicker consistency. So definitely leave it until it cools a little bit, so you can have that like kind of like glaze consistency. That smells really good. Any questions?
Oh, I think everybody's waiting for that michelada.
Okay, so should we move on?
That'd be so much.
And before we move on to micheladas, here I set up a nice little taco bar with Northgate's Taquiza package, which I love because they have adobada, chicken, and carne asada already marinated. Come on in. Already marinated for you, and they sell it in this pack, and it's about $15, and it's amazing. And there's definitely more meat than this. I just set it up a little bit like this so you can see it. It's like a little preview. And here you have your adobada, which I like it super crispy and crunchy. And then you have your chicken and carne asada, and of course, Northgate's signature salsas. This one's really spicy, but it's delicious. And then we have salsa verde. And with this, you can set it up. I set it up kind of like a taco bar, but you can definitely do some nachos and have some chips, and then have you can top it with an adobada or top it with chicken, and then just drizzle, put a little bit of cheese and drizzle with crema. So you can even do tostadas, you can do nachos. So yeah, it's really fun and definitely a great idea and tip for Super Bowl weekend or any game day weekend or any carne asada. Sometimes like, oh, carne asada, we find it like super like not tedious, or like we find it difícil, or you know, but definitely with a taquiza package, you're good to go. Everything's marinated, seasoned to perfection, and yeah, so I love that. So that's before the michelada. And then let's go to the michelada, because I know a lot of you are waiting for the piquete, for the booze. So what I'm gonna do is I have here, which I love, this mango cart beer, which is, and I love this. It's a series inspired by the iconic fruit cart vendors of Los Angeles. So like the paletero, the fruit cart, and I love that it's inspired by. And I hear some crunch in the back. I know somebody's eating the wok already, which is fine. And they didn't even wait for the micheladas, but oh well. So what I have here is 2 of these large golden brewed mango beers. So the beer is already brewed with mango, so it's really good. And I'm also adding more mango. So here I have my 2 cups, and I have my pitcher. And what we're gonna do is you're gonna grab your cup, your glass. This is a beer glass that I'm gonna use. And what I have going on here is I'm gonna do some chamoy. And don't be afraid, we're gonna rim the glass. And don't be afraid to get like extra chamoy, and if the chamoy drips in the rim, that's like fine, because who doesn't love chamoy? And then I hear some ums in the background. And then we're gonna go tajin, just like that. And this you can also set up kind of like a michelada station. Like you can already have the glasses going with a chamoy and the tajin on the rim, and then everybody can just like grab the pitcher and serve. Oh, I did a lot of chamoy because I want. Okay, I'm gonna do one like this because I want you guys to see how you can also go like this, just like that. Oh, look, and then you can actually like lick it off. Just like that. And then we're gonna add some ice to the glasses. And the beer, I already have it cold. So I just want you to know that use your cold beer for this, for your michelada. Add a couple of glasses. So what's everybody's favorite thing to drink on Super Bowl day or weekend? Somebody yelled here in my house, tequila.
That was me.
I really like micheladas.
Yeah, Northgate has chamoy. Everything that Isabel is using, we have at Northgate Market.
Yes. All the ingredients that you see here for this class, everything I bought at Northgate. Everything's available at Northgate. Chamoy, tajin, the wings, the taquiza, everything I bought at Northgate at my local. So I have my glasses going, and you see how the rim is like the chamoy rim is like coming down. That's like the most delicious part. So what I have going on here is I have hot sauce. I have lime juice, freshly squeezed lime juice. I have, again, Worcestershire sauce or salsa inglesa. And then I have some salsa mayo right here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my beers and I'm gonna place in this pitcher. I'm gonna do it the right way because my dad's gonna get mad at me right now. Just like this.
Oh, and some of the people say they like, some like champagne, some like margarita, some like palomas,
Ooh,
a couple
paloma.
tequilas, and then a mimosa. So we have a couple of them.
Yeah, I like the variety, guys. I'm just gonna wait a little bit for the. Oh my God.
Your dad's gonna get mad at you.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say he was gonna be proud, but I don't know. I don't know now. So you guys should wait and not stir it when it's when it has that layer of bubbles. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add my clamato, which is 2 cups. Ooh, smells like michelada. And you can see the color is gonna change because I added my clamato. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add my salsa Maggi. Just like that. And then
We even have a person that likes mezcal on the rocks.
Ooh, my mom likes mezcal on the rocks too. She loves it actually. And then we're gonna add our Worcestershire sauce or salsa inglesa. And then we're gonna, I don't wanna mix yet, I want the bubbles all to go away. Then I'm gonna add my freshly squeezed lime juice. That. And then what I have here is Valentina, which is a Mexican hot sauce that you can find at Northgate. You can also use Tabasco, or you can use Tapatio, or you can use Salsa Amor. It's really up to you. It's just your preference of hot sauce. I'm gonna do a little bit of hot sauce. Now I'm going to mix. Just like that. Ooh, look at that pretty color. That's a good michelada. And then I'm gonna add a couple of slices of lime juice. Of the lime to our jar. And I'm also gonna add some to our michelada glass for garnish. So I have my michelada pitcher, and I'm also gonna add some mango in cubes. Just like that. Ooh, and with the chamoy, mango and chamoy is one of my favorite combos. Paleta de chamoy con mango. Reminds me of summer. Okay, we're just gonna add a couple. These are gonna taste so good after they've been in the glass. A couple more, and then we're gonna do just a couple on the pitcher. There we go. And look at that pretty michelada pitcher. Mango michelada. So now I'm going to pour, and of course we're going to taste. I'm going to pour my michelada There you go. Ooh, lots of mango on that one. Ooh, there we go.
That looks delicious.
So here you go. Mango micheladas for your game day, for your taquizas, for your carne asada, for whatever gathering, or even if you're just at home with your husband, you can have a michelada. And I'm gonna try this now. And what I like to do is I like to lick the rim like this, and then I like to drink it. That's really good. Really good, you guys. And the beer tastes like mango. It's delicious. Wow. It does taste like summer. Salud.
Salud. What part of Mexico are you from, Isabela?
I am from Tijuana, Baja California.
Pura cachanilla.
Yes, Baja California Norte.
Salud. Everybody's telling you salud.
Salud. Look at that michelada. That looks really good. And it tastes really good. Any questions? Questions, comments?
I guess somebody made it because they say it tastes delicious.
Oh, somebody made it?
Clarissa says it tastes delicious, so I guess she made it.
Exciting. Salud, amiga.
And they love the. Thank you so much. Everything looks delicious.
And I'll be posting the recipes as well on my Instagram. If you guys want to follow me, it's at Isabela M. Funke. And you can also see it on the Northgate website. They have my handles. And I'll be posting some really cool pictures of these and the recipes. And they'll also be posting the video with the recipes as well at Northgate at their website. So, and if you guys actually make the recipes and take a picture of them, we'll repost them. So use your hashtag Northgate and tag us, and we'll definitely repost them. And if somebody makes them on Super Bowl day, that would be so amazing.
Thank you, Isabela. Also next week, so this Saturday, we have a kids class with Chef Abril. She's going to be teaching the kids how to make a Mexican pizza. So if you have kids or if you want to learn at 10 a.m. on Saturday, and then next week also with Chef Abril, we are going to learn how to make stuffed huerito peppers and then empanadas and mezcalita de Jamaica for game day. So please sign up and be part of our classes. We will be sending you the recording of this class along with any questions you guys may have. Also, join us. Chef Isabela will be having more classes in this month. We're going to be having a lot of Lent classes, which Chef Isabela will be part of.
There's actually 6 more coming. So everybody sign up and stay tuned because there's lots of stuff coming. Some exciting stuff.
Yes, and very good food. So thank you all for joining us this evening. Thank you, Isabela. Enjoy, because I know your dad probably wants his michelada too.
Michelada. Thank you, everybody, for joining. And remember to tag us if you make these recipes. And have fun. Salud.
Thank you. Salud.